Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you are listening and watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, where we are interviewing my friend and guest, Aziza Najeri. Thank you, Aziza, for joining us. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing pretty well. I'm excited. I got my purple lights on, and I'm ready to go. I'm also joined by my co-host, Rebellious D and Trav. How you fellas doing today?
Chilling.
Pretty good, man. Good to see you.
Hey, it's always good seeing you guys, man. I'm glad that the team is here. We're together,
Right.
and
I thought you was about to say it's always good seeing me. I was gonna say, all right.
Trav.
I know you do that. I know you do that.
Trav, you kind of been MIA for a while, man. It's like you on a secret mission.
You know where I was. You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, you were in Westview. I get it now.
Oh, yeah.
You got out of Westview before sundown. I like
Right.
that, Trav.
I'll drink to that.
So, yeah, like I said, you're watching and listening to a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And if you are watching this, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to our channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new episodes. And if you are listening, what's up? That's all I got to say about that.
Ain't nothing else to say.
I mean, ain't
That's
nothing
right.
else to
That's
say.
it.
That's it.
So, Aziza, like I said again, thank you for joining us. We brought you on because it is Black History Month, and we are celebrating all of the accomplishments of Black people here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So, thank you again for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. You're my first interview ever, so I'm excited.
Oh, for real?
Oh,
Hey, I've noticed that here on our podcast, we are everyone's first. So that's something
Hey.
that
Right.
that's something that I love about this podcast is because a lot of people have never been, interviewed or been on a podcast before. And it's like, we've had so many people, like you'd be surprised some of the people that have, been acting or voice acting for years. And they're just like, yeah, this is my first time being on a podcast. And it's just like, hey, that's awesome.
I noticed because I was looking at your channel, you've had some pretty big names too, which is amazing. So
Hey,
very cool.
Thank you. Hey, I stay sliding in the DMs up here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, either they're gonna say yes, they're gonna say no, or they ain't gonna say anything at all, or they might just leave you on red. So again, like I said, thank you for joining us on today's episode. We're gonna get into your book, The Kaaimans Cry, later on in the episode. But before we get to that, tell everybody your origin story. Who is Aziza Najeri?
Well, Aziza Najeri is my comic writing name. My full name is Aziza Mendisa Najeri, and yeah, under Mendisa Najeri, I do cosplay. While under Aziza The Graphic Novelist, I write my comics. So, the writing's been about for 2 years, but the cosplay's been about 12 years in the making. I've been cosplaying for over a decade. And about 7 years ago, I got really serious. I made a steampunk airship, which focuses on philanthropy as well as using our costumes to kind of, showcase some of the, philanthropic events that kind of matter to us. And we all just happened at the same time to really be into cosplay. So after that, we started doing about 5 or 6 cosplays a year because each person gets to pick a cosplay as a group. And that's kind of why you see so many cosplays is because every year we've done, about 5 or 6 every single time. And it's been wonderful. Like the past 5 to 7 years, it's just been kind of amazing. It's been blurred heaven.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like you said, 12 years, man. Like that's a long time. And like I was telling you earlier today, when I was looking through all of your pictures so that way I could have them up here on the TV screen, it's like when I first met you, I want to say the first cosplay I saw that you had was what you're wearing right now, the Vegeta cosplay.
Yeah.
And when I just saw everything else that you had, like I saw the Super Mario one, and I had seen the Storm one before, but I didn't know that there was another Storm one. And I was just like, wow, like she's really talented at what she does. And I love how, your costumes, they aren't the traditional costumes. Like it's like you said, they're steampunk versions and you put your own spin on it. So going back to the first time that you cosplayed, what was the first costume that you did?
It was actually Kiera from Jack and Daxter.
Oh,
no, hell yeah.
Yeah, she's an awesome character. I love the fact that she's like the mechanic, and I just enjoyed her. So yeah, it was my first costume ever. I think I wore it to OhioCon And it's been nonstop since then. Back then, I only went kind of by myself. I'd always just kind of meet people at conventions, which is anxiety-inducing for an introvert. But yeah, when I got with my group, it was kind of nice to always kind of have a group to go with and do conventions with. And yeah, definitely stepped up my game because we have like craft nights almost weekly. We used to before COVID.
Yeah.
And we would literally just be banging out these costumes left and right, and it's been a good time.
Yeah, like I said, like you have so many amazing ones. Dee, did you have a question about her cosplays?
No, I've seen them. Very impressive. A lot that I liked. I know you did Legend of Korra.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was pretty sweet. I saw the Gara. Like I said, my man Luffy. Keep it up. That's all I can really say.
Yeah.
It's always fun seeing cosplays. It's very fun.
Trav?
And I like the steampunk spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a fan of the steampunk. Like I don't even know what you call that when how they dress. Yeah, there you go. The aesthetic. Thank you. Because I've always been a fan of the steampunk aesthetic.
So
it's a lot of fun.
So quick question for people who don't know what steampunk is. Do you mind explaining to our listeners and our viewers what it is?
It's basically neo-Victorian dress. So it's taking the current world and saying, you know, if things become more steam powered and things had always kind of stayed that way, what it would look like. And so it's the punk part kind of comes with like the dress because, you know, corsets have always been a part of dressing back in the 19th century, but you know, with the punk, you kind of wear it on the outside. You tend to have a lot of more steam inspired, you know, gadgets, and it's a lot of fun. Our ship personally kind of focuses on the multiculturalism aspect of it because people tend to focus on steampunk when it comes to England or America. And the fact of the matter is the 19th century happened around the world. So we've been really focusing on our dress. And so we have some African inspired dresses. We also have stuff from like different Asian cultures because our Master of Spirits is actually really into kendo. He does kendo, I think, 3 times a week. And he literally teaches kendo classes. So, but that's kind of what steampunk is that neo-Victorian, look or aesthetic.
Yeah, kind of like a Shakespearean type gimmick in a way.
Yeah, kind of. Not really.
Not all the way.
What are you talking about right now?
Think Penny Dreadful,
Yep.
Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Jack the Ripper.
Thanks. Think of old school Becky Lynch when she first.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I get that.
Just more gothic. They do it more gothic. Like
Yeah.
she was like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about though, bro.
Yes,
Hey, sometimes you gotta set him straight, man.
Hey,
You know?
sometimes you
here
miss.
we go.
Thanks. Sometimes you
It
miss,
happens.
or a lot of time you miss, and we're here to catch you.
Man,
Love it.
I was
Love
just asking because it's like, you know, like when I see like steampunk, I kind of get like a Shakespearean, like a theater type vibe when I see these outfits. So like that's the reason why I was asking. But
But she said not really though.
yeah, but she said not really. So she called me out. Like,
I
hey, look,
want to help you. Yeah, but
You got a guide.
I
Sometimes
understand
you
it
need a
is very
guide.
old. Yeah, that old vibe. It's
I'm
not.
old school, like Wild Wild West, Jim West. I get it. I get it.
Desperado, baby.
I get it. So, let me ask you this: what was the favorite cosplay that you've done so far?
It's really hard to pick.
That's why I asked the
We
question.
did do. I'm trying to think. We did a steampunk Steven Universe at Dragon Con a couple of years ago.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, we don't. Unfortunately, we had 1,000 pictures of us taken, but we forgot to take pictures, which is horrible. Yeah, so I think there's maybe 2 pictures of our group, but we were. I don't know if you're familiar with Steven Universe, but there was a.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
we love it.
Okay.
We love Steven Universe.
Did you see the fan art? There was someone, I can't remember who the artist was, but she had drawn Garnet Amethyst and Pearl, and Steven, I think, actually, and Paradox in a steampunk attire.
Okay, that sounds badass. No, yeah, I didn't see that neither.
I'll have to share it with you because that's what we based it on, and we were pretty much spot on. And the reason why it's such a standout moment is because we were walking through a hotel. I think we were trying to get dinner.
Yeah.
And a gentleman walked by us, and you heard him like hit the wall, and he turned around, and he was still like hyperventilating. He was so like shocked that we looked just like the characters. And I remember thinking, you know, you hit it on the head when it's fan art because it's not on the character, but it's fan art and people are recognizing you. And he was so excited, and we put a lot of work into that. I literally had to get painted purple. One of my other friends was Pink Lion, so we had to be painted from head to toe in pink. So
that's my girl right there too.
Yeah, I totally understand that feeling because I know the first time I had went to a con.
How you understand that feeling, bro?
Because when I went to a con, this was my second year going to NecoCon, and I cosplayed as Big Smoke. And
I thought you were talking about being painted. I was like,
I've never been painted.
Being painted.
He didn't tell us that story. Good.
Nah, I went to NecoCon and I cosplayed as Big Smoke. And I remember I was walking around with my boy, and I was just like, man, I'm sure.
Hold on, bro. You got to give who's Big Smoke
from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but that's what
some people may not know, bro.
I was about to get to that part. And hold on, Rondale, I was about to get to that part. But I was walking around the con with my boy, and I was just like, man, I doubt that all of the people that's here, like, they're too young to even know who Big Smoke is. So we're walking around, and like people are just like, hey, you're Big Smoke, and you know, you did a good job, and they want to take a picture with me. So I totally get the feeling and understand where you're coming from when you nail something so well that, you know, people like they stop or they want to get pictures and whatnot. I'm trying to get these guys to go to a con with me, hopefully once the pandemic is over and we can all cosplay as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters.
It's not happening, Jack. Nah, don't encourage this man. Nah, they ain't happening.
It's like I told this. It's like they don't want to do JoJo, but they want me to cosplay as One Piece characters and all that stuff.
We never said anything.
We didn't invite you to that. You invited yourself.
It's like we supposed to be a team.
Me and Trav set sail.
That's what he does, bro. He stays inviting himself or trying to get in on the apologies.
Because Trav, you owe everybody.
I don't know everybody.
Hey,
I owe Tom.
Hey, hold on real quick. Time out. Flag on the play. So this dude Trav, you know how Trav can be when it comes to stuff where he says that something is trash or it's not his cup of tea, and then like he'll watch it and be like, hey, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But like, well, Trav, we're glad to see you jumping on.
Remember, he did this with Man of Tomorrow, the Superman movie. We were all just like, yo, like it looks pretty good. And Trav was just like, nah, I'm not feeling the animation.
The original art animation looked bad.
But then you watched it. I feel like the only reason why you watched it is because me and you had went to go see New Mutants that night, and then you was just like, man, if New Mutants was good, then maybe Superman might be good. And you watched it, and you enjoyed it.
Sometimes it's like that, Banks. You need a little push, man. You need some inspiration.
But I watched it because I watch every single DC animation.
There you go. That's true too.
That's true, man.
Yeah, I had to watch it myself.
Hey, I've earned my right to critique because I've put how much money in DC's pocket. Okay. I can say it's trash. Damn it.
Okay. Well, you said that we're gonna watch the Justice League Snyder Cut.
That's right.
And you're gonna owe one of our guests who we've had up here on the podcast, Mr. Tom White, an apology. And we're gonna bring him back on for the review for Justice League, the Zack Snyder Cut. And Trav, you're gonna issue that apology on the episode.
If
it's good.
And you're gonna apologize to me and D.
I'm not apologizing to you. I gotta apologize.
Apologize to you're gonna apologize.
What's he talking about? Hang on, what's he saying?
You're gonna apologize to me for everything that you said about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh no, man! I'm not signing off on that.
Yes, you are, D.
Oh no.
Save us, please save us.
Yeah.
No.
Get back to our guest, man. He's bringing JoJo back into it. Shame on you.
Because
how's it go?
Look, I said time out, so look, we can resume. The flow of time has started again, just like on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And Aziza, I had one more question I wanted to ask you about cosplay, and then we can move on.
I got something too.
Oh, okay. My bad, Trav. My bad. I'll rewind it then. I'll rewind it so that way you can ask the question and I'll ask my question after you. So let me rewind it real quick. Trav, so do you have a question about cosplay that you want to ask Aziza?
Yeah, it's more of a statement.
Okay, well, go ahead, sir.
It's a general statement of kudos, if I may intervene and do that, good sir.
Okay.
Damn.
Well, I rewinded time, so it's like, go ahead.
Well, let's do it. So I love the Red Arrow cosplay, but I think my favorite, and I love when people do this and like really, really pull it off, is how you did the gender bend Gara from Naruto. That's my anime. I love Naruto. I love Gara. And I thought
Gara's my favorite.
Huh?
No, I was saying, Gara's my favorite character.
Yeah, and man, it was done like spot on. It was so good. So good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that one was a fun one. We did a gender bend rockabilly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that one a lot. Just doing the tattoo alone took quite a bit because you have to get the line work correct. I can't remember what it even says anymore these days. It's been so long since I watched Naruto. But.
Yeah, you can't just put anything up there.
Right.
I mean, you could though.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Some people will do it, but you made sure
it could have said like JoJo sucks.
Hey, hold on, Ron.
The forehead.
It's like it's like Aziza. I just need you to either do a My Hero Academia cosplay or a JoJo cosplay because you've done the One Piece one for D, and then you've done the Naruto one for Trav. So I need you to do one for me. You have done one for me, which, of course, I feel like,
But he wants more, apparently.
Of course, it's something that we all love, which is Dragon Ball Z. You did the Vegeta cosplay, and you did a really good job with the Saiyan armor and everything. And then your friend, she was cosplayed as Nappa, and y'all did a phenomenal job. I loved it. I love it when people they put the extra detail and take the time to, make everything look perfect. So thank you up to both of you guys on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, that one was fun. That was her first time building armor, which it takes a lot. You have to shape it to your body and, make sure it fits and then it doesn't tear. So it was a lot of fun. But she also, I don't know if you can tell in that picture, she has 6-inch platforms on, so she's super tall just to kind of get that nice height difference.
All right, so Aziza, if you had to choose 3 of your cosplays to work together and fight the ultimate bad guy, what 3 cosplays would you choose?
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying, man. This dude just hits you with these random questions that you never thought about, like.
Hey, this is her first interview. I gotta make it intense, man.
Oh man.
You can make it easy. It's okay. Probably Storm, because that's my favorite superhero character.
Nice. She's powerful. Okay.
Right.
Storm.
Trying to think Gara would help me out. That'd be a solid.
Okay. Elements. I love the elements.
And then who else?
Luffy. It's gotta be Luffy. Luffy can carry you. Luffy can carry you.
I can guarantee you there won't be no JoJo on there. I know
she had a JoJo character, and she did stop time. Like y'all need to stop hating. Luffy can't do that. Luffy can't stop.
Luffy don't need to stop time.
Exactly.
He don't need to stop time.
Yes.
Tell him, Trav. You don't need to.
Hey, y'all let her choose her last character.
Just because it'd be stylish while we did it, I don't know.
Who did you said Spike?
Spike from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Hey, Spike's alright.
Improv.
What about Spike from Rugrats?
Whoa.
With Spike from Rugrats, who would win? Spike from Rugrats or Spike from Cowboy Bebop?
I don't even remember Spike.
Be careful, man. Don't put a dog through that, Trav.
Oh, you talking about the dog, bro?
Spike's the dog. Come on, bro.
You should have. Why didn't you use Spike from Tom and Jerry? Because he's OG.
He is.
I don't with Tom and Jerry, bro.
What are you talking about, bro? Spike from Tom and Jerry, he was overpowered for one. It's like his only kryptonite was his son. If you took his son away, like he was overpowered.
Exactly.
It's true.
So let's go ahead and move along. Let's get to
The question. Yeah, I know. It was just like, hey, answer me this question, and then, oh, okay, that's nice, and then I'm moving on.
hey, that's what we do.
That's what he does.
It's like we hop on the Banks train and we move it on. We keep it
So
moving.
I don't hop on nothing.
That's right.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Especially Banks train.
Oh, you hopping on the Banks train. You stay hopping on the Banks train.
No, sir.
You the little caboose at the end of the train, bro.
Hey.
Oh Lord.
I be the caboose, but it ain't the caboose on your train.
Yes, it is.
I know that.
Yes, it is. And D is right in the middle. So.
Oh no.
No.
Relax.
So,
this dude just Snowpiercered me, man.
It's just
Put
like
me in the back of the train.
Hold on, it's just like the human centipede. So I'm at the front of the train.
No.
Oh Lord.
Hell no.
Come on, Banks. Why would you?
It's gone too far now.
Nah,
It's gone way too far now.
I'm at the front, D's in the middle, and then Trav's at the end.
Come on, man.
What?
That's not a good analogy for your team. Let's not.
There's no love in that.
No love. That's kind of guy he is.
Yes.
Well, D, if you're in the middle, at least
that's tough.
But you don't get it the worst though.
It's all worse. What?
You don't get it the
on.
worst.
You don't get it the worst.
You don't. Trav gets it
You would make a terrible car salesman. I'm telling you. Damn.
Oh my god. Yeah, we
So
snowball.
now,
Now let's get into the Kaaimans.
What else you got?
Let's get into it. So, Aziza, you wrote this comic. This is your first comic. Excuse me. What was the inspiration behind this? Like, what led you to wanting to create your own comic?
So what led me to wanting to create my own comic was kind of wanting to see more Black characters, more specifically Black women, in the forefront. When it comes to comics in general, we tend to be omitted, I feel like, and if we are there, we tend to be background characters.
Yeah.
I really just kind of wanted to see someone that kind of looked like me, not only in the story, but being the protagonist of the story. So that's kind of what got me going and getting into comic writing in general. The Kaaimans Cry is a bit more of it's a portfolio builder for me since I just started. And I have a very active imagination. So as you see with like the cosplays and the philanthropy, I'm pretty busy. And when I work my 9-to-5 job, I always have this long to-do list of things I wanted to do. And I got home, and every time I'd get home, I would sit on my couch, and without fail, my whole night would just slip away. I'd be watching Netflix, series for the rest of the evening before I knew it. So I used to joke that like my couch was like a siren, like it would just have this call. And before I knew it, every time I always end up, sitting on the couch and kind of wasting my evening away. So that's kind of what started it. I know it's like a really random, arbitrary.
It's okay. It's okay.
The comic, man.
Yeah.
Well, I also feel like how many people can relate to that? Like,
right.
Damn right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, like for us, shoot, it's like for me, like I go to work, I go to the gym, and then come home, and then we do the podcast, whether it's an interview or a review. But it's like if we don't have anything to do that night, like usually I just come home and then I go straight to sleep. Like it sucks getting old. Like all of you youngins that's watching this, like we're in our 30s, and like
I ain't old.
Yes,
I don't feel old. Yeah,
man. You are.
I feel good.
I got a couple kick flips in these legs. I don't know about him.
Hey,
what he's talking about.
I'm saying, like, as soon as you turn 25, that's when the countdown begins.
Nah.
Oh
see,
God.
That's probably from being at the. That's from being at the front of that human centipede. That's that. We don't feel like that down here. Down at the caboose section of the train, good sir.
It makes sense if you're at the end of the centipede, Trav.
That's right.
Jeez.
I'm getting all that protein.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, those are empty calories, brother.
Hey,
no protein today.
Hey, real talk. If y'all have never seen Human Centipede, watch
them. All three of them.
Oh Lord. I'll give y'all the first one, man. As a horror movie guy, I'll give you the first one.
What were you about to say, Aziza?
Just review it. I'll watch your review.
Okay.
Nice.
First one is the best one.
Of course.
The second and the third, especially the third one.
Hey, Halloween, guys, book it.
Yeah, the third one's uber garbage, but the second one's tolerable.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I mean, like that's just how it is. You know, like
that's just how it is. No, it ain't.
25.
No, it ain't.
We're gonna give it to you when we get off this podcast too, Banks.
Once you reach 25, that's when the countdown begins. Because it's like you get to 30, and like that's when things start changing, and you just like, man, like where did the time go? That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, don't scare people away from the channel. Talk about after 25, it's over.
I mean, like it's over.
The countdown starts. You want subscribing for that?
Put it on like, go ahead, get your will ready.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yo! But yeah, I mean, we snowballed, but Aziza, you know, that's pretty interesting. Like how you said that when you would get home and you would go to your couch, and it's kind of like your couch is like a siren. It goes into the story that's being told, where it's like Anto, she finally gets her TV, and the TV is like a siren because there's actual siren inside of the television. So did you take any inspiration from like movies like The Ring? Because like when I was reading the comic, that's the vibes that I got from it.
Yeah, I got the Poltergeist vibes.
I can see that too. I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah, the Poltergeist. Yeah. I mean, yep. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. It's always nice to hear feedback. So.
Well, for me,
we weren't gonna let you come up here and we didn't check out your stuff.
Oh yeah, we had to. It was very easy to pick up on the plot. It was very similar to The Ring, but basically she had somebody bring it to her opposed to finding a tape. Yeah. It was and it's very relatable on, like, to me it reminded me of like Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark story that they would tell. So it was very fun, and I think that anybody who buys it will enjoy it. You know, very easy to receive.
Thanks. Yeah, to your question, I actually didn't think about that. The siren idea was my initial kind of like jumping off point, but I feel like Greek mythology tends to be kind of overused. It's everywhere. So I actually wanted to start doing. I wanted to use something else. I wanted to kind of get inspiration from another cryptid, and so I started doing research. And the Kaaimans is actually a cryptid out of South Africa. And it's really cool because if you do some research, there's literally articles, I think, as recent as like 2015 and 2017, where people have claimed to see like these mermaids, even, in real life, that have caused these issues. So once I found the Kaaimans, I started doing research, and that's what the Kaaimans is known for. It can lure you into the waves by screaming for help, or it can kind of, make illusions. And so the idea of that, this mermaid that lives in the waves, using, digital waves to kind of start attacking different people was kind of how the rest of the idea came to be. But it makes sense once you say that Poltergeist and The Ring. Yeah, I can definitely see some of the, especially with the art. I can definitely see where you get that.
Yeah, and the art was incredible too. They did an amazing job.
Elijah. Yeah. I like how you said that you had got, you did your research and discovered that from South Africa. There was a movie, Bad Hair. I don't know if you watched it.
This guy brought up Bad Hair.
And remember in the movie, like it was kind of something similar where it was like the weave that the girls were using. It was from Africa, and it was like it used to belong to witches or something like that. It was something about like trees and everything. It was weird, but I mean, like as soon as you said that, like I was just like, like that's cool. I think it's cool whenever somebody like they get inspiration or they get ideas from homeland. You know what I'm saying? And they put it into their creation. And also too, I wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying about representation in comics, because like you said, it's like most of the Black characters that we would see, they were either sidekicks or they were just background characters. But you do get some characters like Blade, for example, or Static Shock, who
But even then, you're just naming males. I
mean, but I know I'm gonna get to the women too. But I'm just saying, like like Blade, Static Shock, like Storm. It's like even though she was a leader, it's like she was kind of always like a supporting character at best. It's like she was never a main character. And then you get women like Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and she was the leader of the Avengers, but it's just like, how many times did you actually see that in comics where it's like there was a black female or a black male that was the leader or the main character? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's cool that, you know, you're creating a comic where, you know, the lead is a black female and it's somebody that you typically don't see in comics for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I always say representation matters. And like Trav said, it's like the art was really good. Like, I love the comic, and I can't wait to see part 2. So do you have any details on when part 2 is going to be dropping? Can you let us know, or is it secretive right now?
So part 2 probably won't be coming, actually. As of right now, the Kaaimans Cry is kind of just a one-off. I had some inspiration for a second one, but it didn't quite roll off the tongue the way the first one did. So I've been working on, like I said, I'm starting out. So that's one of the reasons why the Kaaimans is as short as it is. I think it's like 12, 15 pages. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 15. And then I hope to be releasing another comic later on this year called Rocket of Devise. That one is still a portfolio builder. So it's not an actual African-American woman like I would have wanted, but it is a D&D character and she has African-American features. Because even when it comes to mystical characters, again, you know, I love our noses, I love our lips, I love our features, and you still rarely get to see that even when it translates to, you know, other areas. Yeah. So that will be coming out sometime this year. Nice. And then I hope to be working on some other projects. So I have some more stuff coming. But yeah, the Kaaimans Cry, I couldn't quite think of a good solid part 2. But if I think of one, I'll definitely let you guys know. So I'll definitely be posting on Comixology or Webtoons to kind of, you know, continue the series. But
I think Banks is trying to get in the comic. Like,
I mean, that too.
That's where I think this is going.
Yeah, me and Trav know you. So.
I would love to see my character, like, you know, stuck in the TV or something.
Stuck in the TV.
And it's like, you know, I mean, no, I'm just joking, but you know, it's crazy because it's like when I've read it and like the way that the story ends, I don't want to spoil it because I've already done that for one of my guests. You know, it's like it left me wanting more. So
yeah,
it's sad to hear because I know even Trav,
you've upset us all. Great job, thanks.
I'm sorry.
Appreciate Trav hit me up. Trav was like,
"Is this it?
Yeah, is this it?" And I was just like, "Well, bro, it's part 1. She's gonna be coming out with a part 2." But now the world knows that there won't be a part 2 anytime soon. But I mean, I feel like that's interesting because it builds up and it makes people want to see more. It makes people want to get a part 2. And like, we see that with like so many creators where it's like they create something and like it might just be a one-off and then it becomes so popular that
they revisit.
Yeah, it has to be revisited. Yeah.
Yep.
They hear that feedback that people would want to truly see a part 2. It does make you feel like, okay, let me think about it. Because I have notes, but yeah, I couldn't think of a solid part 2 for the story.
I mean, I'm gonna need you to stop coming home from work and watching Netflix and get the ball rolling on Netflix.
That's
Thank
right.
you.
Well, hold on, Rondell. Hold on. She can come home and watch Netflix as long as she watches JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because
Lord.
they're both up.
Anyways, Banks.
Okay, do you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, let's not look, JoJo. Chill, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
What I was gonna say is the interesting part to, I'm gonna call it your pilot, is that there's a lot of ways you could revisit it. You could do like a prequel. You could pick up where it left off. You know, where did the TV originate from? How was it cursed? There's a lot you could do with it, and it's a very interesting pilot. Very interesting.
No, there's definitely a lot of ideas. I was just trying to figure out a good, solid narrative. So a lot of people also, when I beta read my script, really like ZZ as well, and they're like, we would love to see more of her. Mm-hmm. So I definitely had notes. Maybe it'll come to me, I don't know, but feedback is always nice.
Yeah.
And also, hearing people that want to see a part 2 is also fun.
Yeah. Now, question for you: your artist. Is this a close friend? Is this somebody? Will we be getting the same artwork with your future projects?
No. So I'm a solo writer, meaning that I only write. So I have to actually go find my team when I
I see what this guy is doing.
No, Banks. I'm asking. No, I'm not you. Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, come on.
There's no hidden agenda in this question.
Yeah, thank you, Trav. Yeah, I was just curious. I mean, it's fun.
Because we love the artwork.
Yeah, I mean, it was just interesting.
Richardson is the name of the artist, and he did an amazing.
Eliza Richardson.
He has an IG account. I can't remember.
Okay.
He just switched the name, but I would definitely suggest people go and follow him because that's his style. Everything he draws is very much that style, and that's one of the reasons why I picked him. Really, you all have seen. I don't know if you've looked at my actual Facebook page, but if you notice, I haven't quite posted a picture of the actual Kaaimon yet.
Yeah.
And shown it. And one of the reasons why is because he really kind of designed what the Kaaimon looks like, and it's such an amazing job.
Very creepy.
Yeah. Very creepy. I have cosplay stuff. I'm gonna try to actually cosplay it at one point, maybe for Halloween.
Nice.
To do the reveal, but yeah, he did an amazing job. He did great work. But yeah, for each project as of right now, I have to find a different artist and kind of work with them. And it's a bit of a challenge, but it's nice because since I'm new, I'm meeting a lot of different artists and learning a lot.
Yep.
So yeah, Kyoki Panda, I think is the name of the woman who's working on the Locket of Devise, and that will be coming out this year.
Okay.
Sweet.
Brad, did you have another question?
No, not regarding the comic. No.
Okay. All right. What did you? Well, you can go ahead and ask the question before we move on to the next topic.
I got that, bro. What this guy? He does it again, bro.
You just said that you don't.
I guess the way I worded it meant I had one in the chamber. I'm just waiting, for the.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't
for the next
next
segue for you.
Okay. Well. Okay. So, moving along, you had said earlier that Storm was one of your favorite cosplays that you did, and now I want to move into favorite Black comic characters. So if you have 4 characters that you can give me and tell me why, what are those 4 characters? They could be heroes or villains.
Damn, 4. You couldn't give her 3?
It have to be 4. I have 3.
Can you name us? Can you name us 15 characters?
Yeah, give us 15 African American characters,
and give us an essay on each one.
I mean, D, you said name 15. Are there really 15 African American characters? And
there are. Come on, Banks.
I mean, 15 characters. I'm not talking about a Black Superman or a Black Iron Man.
Yeah, I can get. I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean by Black Iron Man? Do you mean Rhodey? I mean, where are you going with this? Because I can give you 15.
No, I mean how sometimes in comics how there were these what if stories where it's
nah, bro.
Nah. There's plenty.
I can give you 15. Yeah, there's plenty.
Okay, all right.
Do it. Why don't you give her 3, man? Why should you need 4?
Because
4 is such a
4, man. I mean, well, okay, give me 3.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue. Can you give me your top 3? I mean, it just rolls off.
Oh God.
Help her out. It's the first time. God, thanks.
I have 4.
You want me to the gauntlet?
4.
Jesus.
My top 3 would have to be Amanda. Is it Wallace?
Waller. Okay.
Waller. Yeah.
Michonne from The Walking Dead.
Nice pick.
Real nice.
That's a good pick. Damn right.
Probably either Shuri or Okoye. Outside of Storms, because I already gave you Storm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I love Okoye and Shuri a lot.
Yep.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Some nice choices. D.
What do you want me to go?
Yeah.
You want my top 3?
Yeah. Give me your top 3.
Give me Falcon. Give me War Machine. And give me Jon Stewart.
Oh, man, come on, D.
All right, I'll take Jon Stewart off the table. Give me Black Lightning. Give me Black Lightning for the win.
All right. Look, I was gonna say Jon Stewart too, but if that's
I mean, he's so cool, man. He's such a cool character. He's a cool character. All right,
Trav, go ahead.
You Trav.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know how I feel about Falcon. So like, even though D said it, there's no way.
I'll take him off. I claim Jet Black all day, bro. From Cowboy Bebop. He's black. He's black. All right. He's gray. We're taking him.
Now, are you only saying that because we have Bo on the podcast, or are you just?
Hey, respect on Bo Billingsley, man.
That's right. Respect.
But no, Jet's one of my favorite. It was amazing having him on. That's top 5 anime character right there, bro.
Oh yeah.
I agree. That's a Trav. Who you got? You got Falcon.
All right. So Falcon. Obviously, Jon Stewart.
Yep.
Because got spoiled a little bit. And look, man, for real, Spawn.
That's a great pick.
Spawn.
Forgot about him.
Nice. For me, it would be Static Shock. I really loved the cartoon growing up, and the representation that it had on TV was awesome. Cyborg from the Teen Titans. Like I've always liked Cyborg, but his representation on Teen Titans was my favorite.
I think it's the best to me.
Yeah, definitely Cyborg, and then my last pick is going to be Blade. I've seen Blade in the comics. I had seen him on the Spider-Man animated series, and then when Wesley Snipes played him in the movie,
he killed it.
Those first 2 Blade movies, bro.
Yeah, fire.
The third one was weird.
It was weird. He's fighting Dracula, right? Or what?
We don't count that one. Well, that's because it was a WWE movie.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Kinda. They were partnered with WWE.
Okay. I see. I didn't know that.
They weren't partnered. It's just that Triple H.
You sure?
Triple H was going to be in it, and the issue with that movie was Blade wasn't the main focus. They wanted the new characters to be the main focus.
What's that guy's name from American Pie?
What's his name?
Scott something.
Oh.
What's your boy Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Reynolds was in there too.
Ryan Reynolds.
He killed it too, man. He was so funny in that.
What was the girl's name? Justin Timberlake's wife. I can't remember her name. She was on Seventh Heaven.
Yeah, I can't think of it now neither.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either. But it's like they were supposed to be the new characters, and Wesley Snipes was just like, well, the movie's called Blade. It's just like you can't have Blade without Blade. So like they said that he was a prick on set and whatnot, and he only wanted to be referred to as
Wesley.
Yeah, look at that.
He gotta get that tax money,
bro. So
he was mad about his position in the script.
Yes,
interesting.
And people find it funny, and like they like to joke on the Josh Whedon Justice League. Where it's just like, where they did the mustache because Henry Cavill, he had the mustache at the time. Right. But in Blade Trinity, there was a scene where Wesley Snipes was supposed to open up his eyes, and he said he wasn't going to do it. So they had to CGI his eyes open. So
I've heard that story.
But stuff like that's not cool. You know what I mean? Like,
why didn't he want to open his eyes? What's that about?
He's just being a prick. He's just being a prick. But here's the thing: that the other people that got casted, they didn't do anything, bro, to you. Like, it's not, why are you treating them like that?
They didn't do
And at that point, you can kind of take a back seat, if you will. When you're 3 movies in, bro, you've already made plenty of money. And was he still the top billed on the third one?
I don't think. I think it was him, Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds, and her name is like Jessica something.
Jessica Biel.
That's her name. Yeah, they were the top. That's what
I'm saying, man. What's his problem? Come on, Wesley.
Bro, look, he just came back for the paycheck. I mean,
correct, probably.
It's like I think they wanted to kill his character off, and it's just like it was just dumb. I mean, when you think about a lot of those comic book hero movies back in the day, like once it got to the third one, like stuff just kind of started going off the rails. I mean, like Spider-Man 3, Blade,
X-Men. Yeah, I was going to say, back in the day, the superhero movies were just not. They weren't quality. They can be career killers, actually.
Yeah,
when you think about it.
Yeah, because I mean, like you heard, like, because I think there was supposed to be a Spider-Man 4, but it was just like everybody was just like, nah, we're good on that. Like Trav likes to say. And then
we're good on that.
Yeah, we good on that.
I mean, like you saw what happened. So, with that being said, Aziza, thank you for joining us on today's episode. We appreciate you coming on. We love that you came on. And we love that you were our final guest for Black History Month. So thank you.
Final guest?
Yes.
Right.
The final girl.
That's right. The final girl.
Yeah. So we appreciate you coming on. And before we let you go, tell everybody in social media land where they can find Aziza Nigeria.
For my comics, you can find me at Aziza, AZIZATGN, short for The Graphic Novelist, on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and coming soon, hopefully, YouTube.
Hey.
And then for my cosplay, you can find me at Medisa Najeri, so this is a little bit longer. It's MANDISANJERI, and that's on Instagram as well, along with Airship Ashanti, which that one sounds the way it's spelled. So you can find us on Facebook and on IG with that as well. That's my philanthropic / cosplay group that I work with.
Nice. Thank you. And with that being said, thank you everybody that is watching this episode. And before we roll out, you know what we like to do. We like to tell y'all where y'all can find us at in social media land. Starting with you, Trav, where they can find you at in social media land.
One-stop shop, baby, on Instagram at ZK Audio. D?
That's going to be rebellious _D23 at Instagram.com.
And you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at King Benji _Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook by typing in Benjamin Banks, and I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Make sure that you follow all of the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're feeling generous and would love to donate to your boys here at Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, our Patreon is at Leveling Up Banks. Also, make sure that you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the link will be down in the description. Make sure that you like this video. Make sure that you talk with us in the comments, and let Aziza know that you want to see some more of the Kaaimans Cry. And also make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that bell button so you're always notified when we come out with new episodes. And I think that's it. Did I say everything?
You sure? You
sure
you don't got
everything?
You sure you don't have a little bit more to say?
Damn, pull out that scroll with the checklist on it.
Trav, do you want me to go 10 to 15 more minutes? You
want to stretch it?
Stretch it?
That's what she said.
Oh, good God. Easy now. Easy.
Take it easy. Take it.
Hey, that human centipede, baby. You got to stretch it.
Oh, yeah, you started.
Oh, God. But hey,
what Jeff Jarrett say? Jeff Jarrett said, "I'm gonna stretch your ass like it's never been stretched before."
Hey, that's rogue.
Video.
God.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool hearing it in the 90s, but when you watch it now, it's just like
you watch it back, and you're like, I can't believe I cheered. Yeah, stretch his ass.
Good God.
Ooh, wrestling. And with that being said, make sure that if you do have issues with somebody, that you stretch their ass. And we'll see you on the next Leveling Up video.
Oh.
And all of that other good stuff. Make sure you always keep your pinky up. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and get notified every time we upload a new one by subscribing and ticking the bell icon. You can also listen to the full episode by searching for Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks on your favorite podcast app. If you'd like to help support more great content like this, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We'll have the link posted in the description below. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.